If you've ever watched fighter jets take off or seen photos of military aircraft from around the world, you may have noticed something they almost all have in common. They're gray. Whether it's an American F-35, a French Rafale, a Swedish Gripen, or many other modern combat aircraft, bright colors are nowhere to be found. Considering that fighter jets travel at incredible speeds and operate thousands of meters above the ground, you might wonder why camouflage still matters. Why not paint them blue to match the sky, or black for nighttime missions? Is gray simply a military tradition, or does it actually serve a practical purpose? Today we're exploring why are fighter jets painted gray. As it turns out, the answer combines science, history, psychology, and modern warfare. Let's dive in, right here, on History of Simple Things. In the early days of military aviation during the First and Second World Wars, aircraft were painted with complex camouflage patterns that matched forests, deserts, oceans, or snow-covered landscapes. Since air combat often happened at relatively low altitudes, blending into the terrain below made it more difficult for enemy observers and anti-aircraft defenses to spot them. As aviation technology improved, however, fighter jets began flying much higher and much faster. They spent more time against the backdrop of the sky than the ground, making traditional camouflage less effective. During the Cold War, military planners studied how aircraft appeared from different viewing angles and under varying weather conditions. They discovered that a single shade of gray often made an aircraft harder to detect than colorful camouflage patterns. Over time, many air forces gradually abandoned multicolored paint schemes in favor of different shades of gray, creating the familiar appearance of modern fighter aircraft. At first glance, it might seem logical that fighter jets should simply be painted sky blue. However, the sky rarely stays the same color. It changes constantly depending on altitude, weather, cloud cover, sunlight, time of day, and even the observer's position. A bright blue aircraft would actually stand out against gray clouds or during dawn and dusk. Gray, on the other hand, works surprisingly well across many different environments. From long distances, it reflects light in a way that reduces visual contrast, helping the aircraft blend into hazy skies, cloud layers, and atmospheric conditions. It also performs reasonably well when viewed from below against an overcast sky or from above against the Earth's horizon. Instead of matching one specific background perfectly, gray serves as an effective compromise across countless situations. Since fighter pilots never know exactly what conditions they will encounter, versatility becomes far more valuable than camouflage designed for only one environment. Contrary to popular belief, camouflage isn't about making something completely invisible. Instead, its goal is to delay detection for as long as possible. Every extra second that an enemy takes to notice a fighter jet can provide a significant tactical advantage. Gray paint helps reduce the aircraft's visual signature by softening its outline, making it harder for the human eye to judge its exact shape, distance, and direction of travel. Atmospheric haze naturally reduces color saturation over long distances, and gray takes advantage of this effect better than brighter colors. Military researchers have spent decades studying human vision and how pilots identify aircraft during aerial combat. Their findings consistently showed that neutral gray tones make aircraft less noticeable under a wide variety of lighting conditions. While a fighter jet will never become invisible, reducing contrast can make it blend into the background just enough to delay recognition, which can be crucial during high-speed engagements. Modern stealth aircraft rely on much more than paint to avoid detection. Their unusual shapes are carefully designed to reduce radar reflections, while specialized materials absorb portions of incoming radar energy. Even so, the paint itself still plays an important supporting role. Many stealth aircraft use advanced coatings that help protect radar-absorbing materials from weather, moisture, heat, and physical wear. These coatings are often gray because they naturally fit the aircraft's visual camouflage while accommodating the chemical properties needed for stealth maintenance. For example, aircraft like the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II use carefully engineered surface coatings rather than ordinary commercial paint. Although the gray color itself does not make the aircraft invisible to radar, it works alongside stealth technology by reducing visual detection while preserving the aircraft's specialized outer surface. In modern warfare, lowering both radar and visual signatures provides a combined advantage that increases survivability during combat missions. Although fighter jets are often called simply gray, they actually come in many shades worldwide. Some use light ghost gray, others darker compass gray, and some carry specialized low-visibility coatings. The exact shade depends on mission needs, operating environment, and each Air Force or Navy's preferences. Naval aircraft may use different tones than land-based fighters because ocean light and weather create different visual conditions. Some jets even combine two subtle grays to break up their outline without adding contrast. These colors are tested before service and may change over time as technology improves. What looks like plain paint is really the product of decades of research into optics, camouflage, survivability, and hard-earned operational experience. That is why gray remains the standard choice for modern combat aircraft around the world today. The next time you see a fighter jet streak across the sky, remember that its gray paint is more than a cosmetic choice. It reduces visual contrast, supports stealth, and gives pilots a small but valuable advantage. Sometimes the simplest design choices are the most effective. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.